We're going.
And we're live.
Right.
Hey,
SammyGuru Podcast, episode number 30.
welcome.
We've now been able to rent a car legally for five whole episodes.
Yes.
We're live. Jeff Springer, co-host Tori. Colin, how are you?
Good, doing
How's it
good.
going, man?
Yeah.
I'm
how's it going?
I'm doing decent, you know. People at FanDuel trying to ruin my Saturday. Last week I was having a great Saturday because they weren't trying to put in the fix, but tonight the fix is in. That's just how it goes sometimes in the NBA. These guys are always fixing all the NBA games.
Yep.
And just a little upset about Domantas Sabonis' knee getting destroyed, you know. And they called someone to take his knee out 1 minute into the game.
I know. Always messing up the parlays.
Anyway, otherwise, we got a lot of Samsung stuff to talk about, that's for sure. There's a lot of Samsung stuff going on. And perhaps the biggest Samsung news, I have the brand new Hershey chocolate
let's look at that.
bar case right here.
I have like
$30
in Samsung credit. I was thinking about
this thing is really actually impressive. I mean, the attention to detail here is something. I mean, I have the box too, actually here.
Yep.
Look at the box it comes in. It looks just like the candy wrapper.
Yep.
And look at this. It's got nutrition facts on the back. Check it out. It's got like nutrition facts that are like the manufacturer of the case. It's got like Samsung Korea /B/Co is the manufacturer, the material, the product,
everything.
It kind of looks like a calories nutrition facts deal. I thought I would hate it. Now I will say one thing. I didn't realize when I got it, but the top of the case extends about 2 centimeters above the top of the phone. That's to make it actually look like a rectangular chocolate bar. So this makes the phone a lot longer because you can see how the top little piece there extends. It's like a trapezoid. You see how it's like trapezoidal because of the edges. So hey, if you like squared off feel in the hand, like if you want to go back to feeling like you have a note, you could buy this case because now it feels like it's a square again in your hand because the roundedness of the S25 Ultra is gone when you put this case on. Anyway, I've enjoyed rocking it. Some people were like looking at it today. I was over at the mall with my family. We're at the Scottsdale Mall. Like people saw me holding the case. One person asked me about it. They're like, "What's that?" Like, that's the official Samsung collaboration. Whether or not it was a good idea for them to do it, I don't know. But some people were interested in it anyway. They're like, "Hey, it's pretty cool." And I was like, "I think it's pretty cool. Yeah, why not? Cool. I like it."
Is the top flimsy or is it like stiff?
The top is made of the hard polycarbonate too. The whole thing is hard polycarbonate, except on the inside, it does have. I'll probably make a video on this case. I don't make a lot of case videos, but this one is unique enough. This has got soft micro suede or fiber on the inside.
Oh, wow.
Where it says Hershey's. So this is very soft on the back. It's not hard polycarbonate in here. Where it says Hershey's SLBS. I don't know what SLBS is. I guess they're the ones who made the collaboration for Samsung and Hershey. Anyway. It also says "Don't eat me, I'm just a case" on the side. I put that on X, but right here on this side, it says "Don't eat me, I'm just a case." But yeah, lots of people asked me, or looking at it, someone asked me about it at the mall. Unfortunately, they don't make it for the older phones. The S line is only S25. Someone on X was asking me if they had it for the S24. They do not. It's not available for the S24, unfortunately. So if you want it, you got to have an S25 or you, of course, I think they have one for the Flip, or they did at one point. Smeet was telling me that. Do I like minimalistic or broken cases? I rock pretty much everything, but I guess I tend to carry stuff that's around the size of the UAG, the regular UAG. Like this one I carry a lot. I don't know. Some people consider this bulky. I would consider this like in the middle. I certainly don't like anything as slim as like the Peel case. That's a little too, because at that point I'd just rather not have a case if I'm going to put something like that. Yeah, like because if I drop it, I mean, that's not doing much for me. So I might as well just not have a case if I have like a Peel case. But I don't want like an OtterBox Defender. I particularly don't like those cases that like have like a screen protector built in. I don't like those. I'm not a fan of that.
Speaking of cases, what do you think about the?
I don't know. What about you, Tori? I gave Tori this case. Do you like it? He's got
he's got
the Kind Suit case because I had an extra one. I gave it to Tori. it's not real leather, but it's like the leatherish deal. So yeah.
Yeah, and honestly, I really love this case. I was actually going to make a post about it too, because I was rocking the clear case for a bit. Terrible.
Yeah, the clear case had so many fingerprints. I saw it on Tori's phone one week when we did the podcast, and I was like, "You got to get a different case." The Samsung clear case is abysmal. No one should buy it.
No, that was terrible. This is actually really great. I love the feel of it. It's not heavy at all. I mean, it's just a really nice feel. So I really enjoy this case.
I don't use a screen protector. Ironside asked. I do not. I hate screen protectors. I mean, I don't think you use one either, do you, Tori? No. I like the feel of the glass, and I find even if I turn on the extra sensitivity in the settings on the Samsung One UI settings, I still don't feel like it's just as responsive as if I don't have one. I mean, it really depends on the screen protector. I'm not anti-screen protector. I just don't personally like them. My wife uses Whitestone Dome, at least she has when they've had them. Do they have S25 Ultra yet? I think they reached out to me, so they do, right?
Yep, they do.
Yeah, they wanted me to do an integration, and I was like, I'm always on the fence about doing screen protector integrations. Like, I should make some money, but like, I don't use a screen protector, so I don't want to be disingenuous. Maybe I could put it on my wife's phone. I haven't gotten back to them. I probably should respond. They did ask me about making a video integration or a dedicated video. So, but
what do you think about this?
They do have one of the best. So, oh yeah, the new Clicks case. Yeah, while we're talking about cases, to kind of appetizer to start off the night, brand new Clicks case launching for the Galaxy S25 series. You guys
not series. Not series.
Not series. Sorry, just the base model. Mainly because it would just be too large for the other phones, I think is the reason. But you guys who watch a lot of tech YouTube, you know Michael Fisher, Captain Two Phones, Mr. Mobile. He's the one that started Clicks. And just the base. Yeah, we made a post about it. I know I misspoke. Yeah. No plus and no ultra.
I think this would be legit though.
Clicks adds a physical keyboard to your phone for people who still like physical keyboards, like the Blackberry.
Yeah.
I've got the iPhone around here somewhere.
It's a really cool idea. I did like the Blackberry Key 1 when I had it back in the day. Blackberry made their own Android phone that had a keyboard on it, and I did like that case. But I ordered one. So I did pre-order the red Galaxy S25 Clicks case. It doesn't come till June, so I won't be able to review it. But that's another one where I probably will make a video on it because it's a unique case.
The only thing that sucks about them is they make the phone really like long. It's like short pockets. Yeah.
I mean, now that I'm rocking this case, it won't bother me, right? Because this one makes it extra long too. So
this is really cool though. The Razr.
The one for the Razr is like a great idea because then it's not really making the phone longer.
Yeah, right. And you can do so much of that outer screen too. With the keyboard
now you can use the outer screen a lot, whereas you couldn't really use it a lot before. So
I just wish they bring it to the Ultra.
Yeah, it's better for the Razr probably than anything else.
Yeah. I might have to get another Razr.
If they bring it to the S25 Ultra, though, it'd be way too big, right? The
keyboard I think it's just because the S Pen too, though. But like, I mean,
the S Pen.
The S Pen doesn't charge any. The S Pen doesn't charge anymore though. So what's stopping them from just putting a little pass-through in there that just kind of uses like half the case and half the space in the actual phone? You know.
Yeah. Well, some people still like the case though, Voodoo. I hear you, but some people are old school, like the BlackBerry. They're like they don't want to move on to a new phone. So there's millions of people who love the BlackBerry.
I had a Key 1. That I think I bought it on eBay at one point. I think it was a Key 1, and I might have had the Key 2 LE at one point.
Yeah. I had the Key 2 as well, and I also had the one they made that had the slide up. I forgot what that was called as well. That was called the BlackBerry.
Not Pearl. That's old. Pearl wasn't really a smartphone.
That was a good phone, though. That was a good phone.
That was AT&T only, though. Was the BlackBerry Slide? No, I don't know what it's called. Someone can tell us. That could be a trivia question for me because I don't even remember that one.
I remember when I was getting my first phone. I wanted a keyboard phone, and back before they had like notification LEDs on Android phones, like I thought that was the coolest thing ever. So like the BlackBerry was like the main one with that. So I went to Verizon and I found out that to get the Blackberry, you had to have the data plan, which back then wasn't like, there was nothing using, like, there were no apps and internet and all that kind of stuff, So it's kind of
There's
pointless
no
to spend
reason
the
to have a
extra
data
money.
plan.
Yeah. So I didn't end
Unless
up
you
getting that one.
send an email back then all the time, which
Nah.
very few people are sending email all the time.
Yeah,
I was
right.
in middle school.
Yeah.
Or the Sidekick. I miss that phone.
Sidekick's a classic, yeah.
That's a classic.
Classic phone. I mean, so the first thing we're going to get into today, I figured we would go ahead and show it since we launched it earlier today. Those of you who follow us, we got our first exclusive leak with OnLeaks at SammyGuru. We teamed up with OnLeaks to leak the Tab S10 FE Plus. So let me just pull up the screen really quick and we can look at that. I know it's not the most exciting device, but it is an exciting device, at least for a lot of people. We were talking tablets last week. We teamed up with OnLeaks to get the first official renders and also this short video here with the 360-degree video that I put on YouTube. You guys can see. You can visit the last video on my channel. So Tab S10 FE Plus is going to have a bigger screen than last year. So this was interesting to me for that reason. So when I had the opportunity to work with OnLeaks on this, I decided to go for it. The Tab S9 FE Plus has a 12.4-inch screen, and the new Tab S10 FE Plus has a 13.1-inch screen. Only 6 millimeters in terms of thickness. So a nice looking tablet. I actually have the regular Tab S9 FE right here. Yep. This is the small one, though. I have the one from last year. Same color, actually, as what's shown in the renders. This is the green, whatever this color is, the green one. Oh. But it's actually one of my favorite Samsung tablets for everyday stuff, because Samsung doesn't make a flagship tablet that's small, and the regular Tab S9 FE is like 10 inches, so you could actually use it for regular like reading and stuff. Whereas like the Tab S10 Ultra obviously is too big. So is the Tab S10 Plus is massive too. But if you're an FE fan and you like the plus size, the S10 FE Plus gets a bigger screen. Otherwise, the design is pretty similar. The bezel's, maybe a little bit thinner, I think, but otherwise it's pretty similar design to what we saw last year. But still pretty exciting for us to get to work with OnLeaks for the first time. Was a honor to get a chance to work with obviously one of the biggest leakers that is in the mobile space. So I hope there'll be a lot more collaborations between us down the road for bigger products, potentially Galaxy S26 stuff. So maybe with this first collaboration down the road, we can work as a publisher with OnLeaks to bring some even bigger devices to you guys. But I was really excited to get this first set out today. And it is at least a device that's somewhat interesting. I didn't want to do leaks on like an M series phone or something silly. Or at least this is a pretty interesting device that sells pretty well, even if it's not maybe the most exciting device to everyone in general. So
I like it. Looks sleek.
I would say if you want a Samsung tablet, the FE line, for most people, is probably better than the regular S line, because the S line is so expensive. It's approaching like laptop territory, and you can't really do laptop things with an Android tablet unless you use Dex. But if you use Dex, then you have to buy a $300 keyboard case. And who's going to be buying $300 keyboard case?
Then you're above MacBook Pro territory.
Yeah, exactly. Then once you buy a 1 terabyte Tab S10 Ultra, you buy a keyboard case, you spent like almost $2,000.
$2,000, yeah.
The FE line is, even the Tab S10 FE Plus is way cheaper than that. So interesting device, and I want to show the leak. So that's our first collab with OnLeaks. Also, since I know everybody wants to talk about One UI 7, how about all these other phones it looks like might end up getting the beta? So last time we were like, oh, the S24 beta. We thought maybe the S24 beta, maybe that will continue for a while. But we didn't realize that Samsung's planning betas for like everything. Right now, it looks like they might have a beta for the S23 series, because the S23 had beta forums that opened on Members app. And now the Galaxy A55 has a beta forum open in the members app in India. So the A55 could also get beta for One UI 7. I don't know what's going on anymore. Like people are like, can you tell us what's going on? I have no idea.
There's a beta somewhere. It'll come out.
Does Samsung even know what they're doing? I don't know that they do, because like every week it's like, I was joking when we found out the S23 was going to get the beta and they had forums open. I was like, maybe we'll just open it up for the A series next. I was joking, but then today, you know, the forums open up in India for the A55. So I have no idea what's going on anymore. We put this here as kind of a joke. Like, we know that this is not going to be the stable update. So it doesn't get the stable update. It gets a beta update. So, you know, womp womp. We know. I mean, I don't even know. Well, look, here's the members forum. There it is. What'd you say, Colin?
This is Samsung right now. They're USPS.
They said what package? What package? They said what One UI 7 update?
We have an update coming out. What?
Yeah, I mean, I don't trust anybody anymore. Yeah, you can't trust any of the Samsung outlets. But I mean, we're just reporting on what happened. They opened a beta forum. It's very weird that you would open a beta forum for a phone that's not going to get it.
Right? Yeah.
I guess they could. We also had this other massive leak.
There was somebody. It wasn't for India, but it was for, I think it was for the S24 Ultra. They were talking about the fact that the beta program was closed, so the next update was coming. The beta program didn't itself close. They're just not accepting new people.
Oh, what happened?
It's not like the beta program's like done with.
What's going on with the website? There we go. Here is the big leak from this week. We published this. Someone on X obtained supposedly a leaked roadmap from Samsung Romania showing when the schedule would go live for a lot of the important phones. And basically, it says the S24 series gets it on April 18th. The S23 series gets it on the 25th, with the S of April, the 23 FE on the 16th of May, the S22 series, the 16th of May, the S21 series, the 23rd of May, and then you see the Flip and the A series, the Flip and Fold, and the A series timeline. So basically, according to this schedule, the stable rollout doesn't start until April 18th and continues all the way until May 23rd for the A, S, and Z series. So this seemed very reasonable to me. We published it just because it seems very reasonable, because we already heard that the S24 series is still getting another beta. It looks like the S23 series is going to get a beta. So I was like, this seems probably could happen. And a lot of other people also confirmed that this is a real leak. The one Sid, a couple other people on X confirmed that they also had information that this was legitimately the current plan from Samsung, which is insane, because this is like 6 weeks away for the start of the rollout on the 18th of April. Like, it's March 1st. But anyway, after we posted this, and we got a lot of views on this, we got huge traffic from that particular article. The next day, I guess Samsung must have seen it, and it went all over the internet, and they said, no, that's wrong. Sorry. The updated roadmap that was shared is incorrect. But this is another moderator from the Samsung forums. You never can trust them. And I kind of believe, as Samit, our editor, was, hypothesizing, that Samsung is just doing damage control. This doesn't mean that this schedule is wrong. It's probably right. It fits with what we know about the current beta and the fact that they're going to expand the beta to more devices. Yeah. And so a lot of people have asked me, like, what do I think is going on? Here's my best guess. It really seems like, based on the fact that the beta is rolling out to all these different phones, that Samsung is not sure that One UI 7, all the features, can work with all these different processors, because all these phones have different levels of processors, different type of processors, Snapdragon versus Exynos, etc., across the globe. and maybe they're just not sure some of the AI features can work. So instead of just cutting features, they could just cut features, say, okay, well, the A series doesn't get these features. That would make everyone angry. So instead of making people angry for losing features, they're testing the beta for longer, which is also making people angry. So
it's a lose-lose.
It's a lose-lose situation. It's like, I don't think they're going to make anyone happy regardless of what happens. So what do you think, Colin? What's or Tori as well? What do you guys think? What do you think what's the problem here?
Yeah, I think it's such a big update that there's so many
it seems like, they're just testing it and they can't seem to get, this update to where it needs to be because they don't know if it works across all the devices.
One update's not good enough for everything.
Selling, man. It's rude. No one likes that, Tori.
Well, for me I'm just like a normal, regular, like Samsung user. When I'm looking at this, and I think we talked about it before in the last podcast episode, that, hey, they had this careful planning of, and this careful care.
Not careful planning.
Yeah. Yeah. So like, with all this careful planning, because like you still have to look out for your buyers, for your constituents, so people who are buying these phones. Like, I feel like it's just best to just say, hey, like, this one's gonna get this one's gonna get this, than just trying to leave everyone in limbo.
I think they just should push it out for the S24 series at the very least.
At this point.
At least then, the people who bought a phone for $1,300 a year ago are getting some reassurance that you care.
Something.
I mean, it's frustrating for people who have older phones, but at least show you're making some progress, because the S24 Ultra can handle One UI 7. I know, because I have it on my One UI 7 beta S24 Ultra. It runs fine. There's a couple issues, but those could be fixed with like hotfix patches. You could just say, here it is, stable released for the S24, starts next week, starts tomorrow, whatever, and then push it out. What did it say about the tablets? Jeffy said, how about the tablets? I don't think they're going to release the tablet release schedule, because they don't even know. That's like so far out of their mind right now. They're like, we can't even figure out if One UI 7 works on phones across all the processors. They're like, the tablets, like, that's a completely different screen size. They're like, did anyone think about that yet? Samsung is probably seeing your post right now. They're like, oh, wait, we make tablets? What? They're like, oh, no, did someone tell the software development team that we make tablets? I don't think anyone's testing One UI 7 on tablet.
Oh, man.
They're like, you guys joking? How many tablets do we have?
5.
They're probably looking at this. They're probably like, oh, my God.
I know.
SammyGuru just leaked a new tablet we're releasing. We're just releasing tablets every day. We don't even know if the software works on the current tablets.
The doomsday clock is moving.
They should probably talk to, like, the hardware team should talk to the software people.
I know, yeah.
Like, we're releasing some tablets. Maybe you guys should put the new software on the tablets we sold last year, because it doesn't look good. People aren't going to want to buy these tablets if you never updated the other ones. Would I blame anyone for going to Pixel? I don't blame anyone. I don't think it's a great. I personally, I wouldn't, because I think find the Pixel UI to be boring. If all you care about is security updates, that's fine. But you got to remember, I really care about One UI updates, because they introduce interesting features and not just security patches. I mean, Pixel UI already has like 10% of the features that you have in One UI, and I'm being generous. I mean, that's
speaking of Pixel. What about the Team Pixel thing?
Oh yeah. We can talk about that real quick too. I mean, hey, I'll be honest, that's the other reason I wouldn't recommend it, is I'm not happy with the people at Google right now. I mean, I don't care what they did to me. I understand why they kicked me out. Google has kicked out all these YouTube creators who do tech reviews from their Team Pixel program, where they give out phones to people that make videos and content. I was a part of it for 6 years. Last year with the Pixel 9 Pro, they didn't send me a phone. They didn't explain it. They didn't send it to like anybody who was on the tech list. And so then, like, no, they never really said why. And so now, like 6 or 7 months later, they sent us an email on Friday, and they said, sorry, we've decided to only seed phones now to lifestyle creators, sports creators, and like beauty creators or something. Sorry, tech channels are no longer a part of that. So your channel's been removed from Team Pixel. If you'd like to get press updates, you can subscribe here. And so they're basically getting rid of tech creators from the Team Pixel program. They're still going to seed media units, but they're not going to give me a media unit because I don't review Pixel phones anymore. I mainly do Samsung only, of course.
Do you know who Shane Craig is?
Yeah, I know Shane Craig, yeah.
Yeah. He does a lot of Pixel stuff, and then he was doing he does like a lot of Fold stuff.
Yeah.
Like Pixel Fold. And they took him because he was one of the ones that was talking about when it first started, when they were talking about, oh, you need to like talk good about the phone and that kind of stuff, or we're not going to send you one. And you have to like basically exclusively talk about just using the Pixel.
Well, I think the confusion is that last year they didn't mention the fact that they were kicking out all the tech people and they were sending it out to the lifestyle creators because they basically wanted to let them know, like, you can't be saying something about the Pixel, right?
Yeah.
You can't say something about the Pixel, but you're using an iPhone on your social media. They didn't want those people to do that because that doesn't look good. Yeah, Shane Craig is great. I mean, I respect people who do Google stuff. There's nothing wrong with it. I have Pixel. It's at home, I think, right now. But I use my Pixel 9 Pro for stuff. I mean, it's not a bad phone. It's just when I want and all the stuff I do on a daily basis, I'm just so used to One UI and particularly the multitasking and customizations. Like I can't get that anywhere else.
I used to do I did a lot of custom ROMs on mine, but it comes back to what you said last week about having to set your phone up all the time.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like, oh, sweet. There's a new custom
ROMs
ROM.
were fun, but once you have a lot of phones, like you're not going to put a custom ROM on every phone because then you've got to be updating it all the time manually.
It wasn't that. It was there were like three of them available for the Pixel. So every time one updated, I'd switch it, but then I have to set the phone up again.
Exactly. So it becomes a job in and of itself.
Yeah.
No one wants to do that.
No,
that's not a fun job. Just setting up your phone every day. It's not a good time. Yeah. So also, speaking of that, Android 16 is almost to platform stability. I don't know if anyone has seen that. We posted about this too. Oh, no, not that. What was I going to do? Go to, oh, here we go.
Yeah.
I always forget. It's up here. Android 16 got beta 2.1 the other day, which is roughly halfway to stable because there's roughly 4 betas for the Android 16 program. And so Samsung may not finish rolling out Android 15 based One UI 7 until after Android 16 is actually out on the Pixel and stable, which is embarrassing. Very embarrassing. I appreciate that, Budo, because you're like only one of very few people who watched it. Huge shout out to YouTube for being very, 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 really annoying and not pushing content that I actually make a lot of time doing. That video, the research and the time to make it probably took about 3 or 4 hours because I worked with Josh, who wrote the article at SammyGuru that I based it on. Then I had to do all the filming myself. It took about 10 times longer than it takes me to make an update video, which I make like this. I could have made 10 update videos and I got like 10% of the views that I usually get on the update videos. I got like 3,000 views so far, but I appreciate that. YouTube said that the video was crap though. They said they hated it.
Which is weird because everybody wants to see animations.
Yeah, I know.
All the time.
Everyone loves animations. So I thought if I made a video about animations, it would do great. So now I changed the title to something vague, hoping that it'll get some clicks because that's what YouTube likes. They like vague titles.
Like how to make
give me some titles that are super vague. YouTube loves titles that aren't specific these days. They're just like, here, make a title that anybody could mistake for something else and we'll give you thousands of views. And I'm like, I don't want to do that because I'm not trying to trick people. I'm making a video about animations. So I said, how to customize animations. And they're like, well, we don't like that. Sorry. We're not going to push that out to anybody. But then if I make a video, what did I title it now? I titled it something really great that's super vague. Let me tell you guys the title now. The title is now Galaxy S25 Ultra. This Samsung feature will blow your mind. It will blow your mind. That's the kind of stuff that YouTube wants in the title. And guess what? Since I changed the title, guess what happened? Look at this graph. Look at this little rebound right there. You see how I just made a little comeback? It's gaining more views steadily. See that? YouTube likes this kind of garbage. People wonder why I make these titles. It's because That's what YouTube pushes. They're like, if you make the title vague, we'll push it to a broad audience. But if you say something that you're doing specifically, they'll push it to like 1,000 people.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that doesn't work as a business model, or I wouldn't make titles like that. I don't like those kind of titles either. But so the business end of
how
this
to make
stuff,
animations, how to make animations on your Samsung gone wrong in the hood.
Yeah, that did terrible. The one that I did about how to do custom animations are like, how to do custom animations. No, we need something vague. Don't tell people about custom animations. They don't like that. Yeah, Josh's article is great. And to be fair, Josh's article did fantastic on SammyGuru. Got a lot of traffic. So I don't care. I mean, we're still going to do tutorials. It's just I hate that I make videos and they do terrible when they're decent videos. And I make videos that are not good and they end up doing really well. I'm like, why did this video do well? It's got 100,000 views. It's about like a good lock update that had like a minor bug fix. YouTube's like, here, have 100,000 views. I'm like, why? Why would you give this 100,000 views? It doesn't deserve it. I didn't do anything. How will Samsung handle Android 16? Yes, there's always a beta, James. And we're very hopeful that they will push out. One UI 8 should be a lot faster because it's not going to be as big of an update, right? So, you know, I mean, that should be very quick. I would imagine that the beta will go live in August, maybe July, and it'll probably release in stable like September or October. That's my guess, because Google's already going to have stable Android 16 out by April or May. So that's accelerated from the usual timeline. So that'd be cool. Tori would love One UI 8 in like maybe August. Get the stable update, put it on there, keep it going.
It would be.
Yeah, you know, it'd be funny if Samsung was like, hey, my mother's here. There she is. Hey,
hi.
You know what would be funny, Mark, is if Samsung pushed out the One UI 7 OTA on April 1st, and then they pulled it, and they were like, April Fools. They're like, oh, you almost got it. You got to be quicker than that. Like that insurance commercial where the guy's reeling him in with $1. He said, oh, you almost got it. You got to be quicker than that. If you click on the button to do the OTA, it just says April Fools, and it brings up the Rickroll in video or something. You got Rickrolled, sorry. You just got Rickrolled. We're bringing it back. Samsung will bring it back. Too bad fine-tuning doesn't work with old school nav. Yeah, that sucks. Yeah, it doesn't. The fine-tuning doesn't work if you use the 3-button nav. My wife still likes 3-button nav. I think Tori uses 3-button nav, don't you? Tori doesn't use gestures. Tori said he doesn't. He's not about the gesture life. No. Tori's a 3-button nav purist.
I am.
He said he doesn't do any of that, like fancy stuff. How's it going, Mom? How are you? You know, saying hi to my mom in the chat. That's nice.
This just said what the One UI 7 is coming out on February 31st.
February 31st. Someone said that.
Yeah, February 31st.
Yeah. Samsung should use that as an April Fool's Day.
Yeah.
Press.
Yeah.
I mean, it might lose them like 10,000, 15,000 users. People will switch. Some people will get angry. Some people will be like, I'm going to buy a Pixel and an iPhone and a Xiaomi and the OnePlus just to show you how much I hate you.
Yeah, take that.
I'm going to buy every other phone.
I'm going to get an iPhone 16e.
It'd be funny if everyone got downgraded on April 1st. That would. Please don't downgrade me.
No.
Don't downgrade me. I mean, hey, I bought all these S25 Ultras just so I could have One UI 7. Yeah. So if they downgrade me, I'm returning these.
Look, just spent good money around.
I'm returning these. I'm returning them straight back to Samsung if I get downgraded.
Personally, or just
what I want to know is, you know, everyone's wondering like, oh, when will my phone get One UI 7? What about my Z Fold Special Edition? When does that get One UI 7? No one's commented on that. Where are the people doing the intel on that? I'm going to start putting some of my resources at SammyGuru towards researching where my update is for the Z Fold FE for the other 15 people in the world who own one. We're going to get to the bottom of this.
Yeah, we are.
We'll get at least 15 people reading that article. Everyone who owns the phone will be reading it because no one else is talking about it. So we're going to find out where the update is for my Z Fold SE. Because I love that phone. I just don't want to use it because every time I open it, it's like, oh, no, this has got One UI 6.1.1 on it. I'm like, I can't use this. What is this? And then I just unacceptable. I'm like, man, this phone that I wasted all this. I mean, I made money on it in the end because the videos did great, but I've spent all this money to import it and I can't even use it because it doesn't have One UI 7 yet. we got some other stuff coming up this week too. You know, Samsung is releasing the A56 as well. Let me find that. Where's the A56 store? Here it is.
Oh, yeah.
It's coming out at MWC. For everybody who doesn't know, MWC is this week. A bunch of people were asking me why I don't go to Barcelona for MWC. Well, one, I have 2 small children. My wife would be pretty pissed if I just like, oh, I'm going to Spain tomorrow. See you later. Have fun with these kids. Figure it out. We're going to Spain. Let's go, SammyGuru to Spain. I can't just do that, for one thing. I might consider going one year, but Samsung doesn't release anything that's like crazy enough for me to get on a plane to Spain. Right. Like if they were releasing the new S series in MWC like they did early on in the S series, my wife would understand if I went there, because that's how we make our income and pay for our house and our cars and all of our food. She'd be like, yeah, you got to go to Spain. But like the Galaxy A56 isn't paying any of my bills. So like maybe you should stay here and not go to Spain. So, you know, I'm here. I got a family. I can't just go to Spain like a lot of the other tech journos and stuff. They don't have kids and stuff. A lot of them don't. I'm not against that. That's fine if you don't have kids, but they're able to just go whenever they want. Let's go to Spain. Let's go to, whatever tech event there is. I have to choose the one that's going to give me the best return on investment because I want to see my kids and I want to be there to help my wife. But the A56 is coming at MWC March 2nd. It is an exciting phone because the A series really is a really good value. And I know a lot of people who are in our chat have the S series or the Fold. Yeah, so you guys are like, oh, the A series. I'd never use an A series. But some people like the A series and it's a good deal. Yeah, it has good cameras. It's got a good display. It's way better than the iPhone 16e, which is absolute trash. The Galaxy A56 is like 1,000,000 times better value than that garbage. Samsung puts effort into the A series to make it a good value. And anyway, here's they showed off the Elite. Oh, whoa. So loud. Look at that.
I know.
Look at this graphics. That's a nice little teaser. I like it.
No, it is.
It got me hyped.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, most of the people I know who do have Samsung phones, they have the A series.
It looks nice. I mean, take a look at it. Look at the colors. That looks like Aura Glow. Like we were talking about. Look at that. It's got a color that kind of looks like Aura Glow. And actually, I was going to announce last week we were talking about that. Tori got me hyped about Aura Glow. I went to eBay and bought a new one for $234.
Oh, nice.
I was like, add the cart. I need it. I'm going to buy it. I need it for pictures for the site because I can write it off as a business expense.
Yeah, you can.
And it's on the way. So now I have a Note 10 plus Aura Glow, and I feel like we needed it.
I mean, that's a good phone in color.
Will we make the money back off of it? Probably not, but we'll have good photos of it.
Yes.
We need them for articles and header images. But I like this. I'm going to get an A56 for sure. For sure. Because I think a lot of people use the A series, even in the US, even though it obviously doesn't get as much hype. Good value. Someone's like, you should get the iPhone 16e and compare it to the A56. I don't want to buy the iPhone 16e though because it's such a piece of crap.
Jeff already has a trash can.
Yeah, I already have a trash can. I don't want to buy another one. I will never use it again. If I sell it, I'm going to lose money. I guess I could break a profit on the video, but geez, it's
what do you get on the pre-order?
Oh, you get a Galaxy Fit 3 and a premium case and a travel adapter. This is in Nigeria though. I don't think we'll get all that here.
Yeah, no.
People say hi to my mother. We appreciate everybody saying hi to my mom. Where's One UI 7? You have it, Mom. It's on your phone.
Yeah. It's the other.
My mom is angry, and she even has it. She wants to get in on all the anger.
Yes.
She's like, everyone's angry. I want to be angry too. We're angry. When is the next Samsung watch release? James, good question. It'll be released at Unpacked in July, the foldable event. Could be 2 of them. We might have the Galaxy Watch 8 Classic and the Galaxy Watch Ultra 2.
Really?
I don't really know why they're going to make another Ultra 2 because I don't really know what they could add that would be interesting.
I mean,
but
the Ultra itself
it's really good. Yeah,
it's already really good.
It is.
Love the Ultra.
It's great.
Yeah, I can't get enough of it.
I agree with you, James. I agree with you 100%, James. It's $100. How is it $100 more? It's insane. What the hell is worth $100 extra? Like, even if you're an Apple user, why would you buy that over the A56? I guess because you don't know the A56 exists, but I mean, it's just awful. My God. Will the A56 be released in the US since the 55 wasn't? I I don't know. The A56 could be released in the US. We'll have to see. I have to check and see. I don't know about that. We'll see. It might just be in Europe. Let's actually see. Hold on a second. Let's see here. Yeah, it's probably going to just come to the UK and Europe, I think. But it's still a good value, right? I mean, we cover, we cover stuff for everybody. And so I don't care. I don't know. The A36 will come to the US. Yeah, Larry's right. Last year the A35 was in the US. But I mean, even the A30, honestly, I'll be honest with you, even the A36 is better phone than the iPhone 16e. I think.
I'm not an Apple person, but what's so bad about this 16e?
Basically, they just took a phone from like 6 or 7 years ago,
big money, little
slapped a
features,
processor in it, and charged $600 for it,
and say, hey, here you go.
And there's really no reason that those people even need a new processor, because iOS doesn't even take advantage of any of the capabilities of the processor.
60 hertz.
You're just spending extra money to say you have a new phone. That's it.
60 hertz, one camera.
60 hertz, yeah, one camera.
Yeah.
It doesn't even have a telephoto or ultra wide
camera. And who's gonna buy that?
Just an upgraded processor, and iOS doesn't do anything. It charges slow. Charges slow. Has 60 hertz.
How much is regular 16?
Man. Yes, Larry's right. The A36. 120.
I mean, but even with that though, I mean, yeah, because like most people I know who have iPhones, like the favorite thing they like about it is the camera. Even if they're wanting like a budget device, the thing they want is a camera. But yeah, no, I can see maybe high schoolers that would be the target market. But I mean, heck, most high schoolers want the top. We
should talk about though. Why doesn't Samsung bring the A56 to the US? They should, because there's people here who would like it. Because let me tell you something. Look at the colors here of this phone. These are some nice colors. And I know they have nice colors. I know they probably are saying, well, we want people to buy the S24 FE or wait for the S25 FE instead of buying the A56 in the US. But the A56 is like staggered from the FE release. They're like 6 months apart, or even more months, can be 6 or 7 months apart. So why not just release the A56 here? I don't know why they don't release the A5 phones here. But Larry's right. The A35 came last year, so it'll be the 36 here, and not the 56. But still, I think they should release the 56 here, as well as the 36.
Yeah, no, I like
high schoolers. Colors. I don't know if you've been the 16e. I mean, it's expensive still for a high schooler.
Yeah. No.
Even if my son was in high school. Even if my son was in high school, I wouldn't want to buy him that phone, because I could buy a much better phone for $600.
Yeah.
I think what they should have done was brought back the mini form factor, the mini size, and made it the same price as the original SE.
That's why I think a lot of people think they should. I think everybody should bring back mini phones.
Because people wanted the smaller phone. They wanted that price.
People want nostalgia.
Yeah, no, they do.
I want a Galaxy S26 mini with a 5.2-inch screen.
Boom.
That will blow people's minds. That's what Samsung should do, because here's the thing. We went all the way up to the large size, and now that's become standard. Now we start coming back down.
Yeah.
Right? We start coming back down, and then we cycle it back up. Then once people are like, oh, these phones are too small, I can't watch any content. Then we give them slowly some bigger phones until it gets back to around 7 inches. And then we go back down to like 4.5 inches gradually. We oscillate.
I know.
Samsung wants to know how to make money. They got to watch this podcast.
Yeah.
What do we think about the bezel? I like the way this camera module looks.
I like the way the phone looks, honestly. Like, I mean, I would get this phone.
I mean, this phone looks nice.
Yeah,
if the A56,
nice. Yeah.
If the A56 came to the US and it was $400, I don't know what I think the A55 is about 350 pounds in England, right? GBP, I believe. James, are you from the UK? I don't know. Are you? Someone tell me who's from the UK. Is it about 350 pounds? I think so. So that's, it wouldn't be exactly the same price here, but I like the way this one looks.
Especially that green one.
Yeah, like finally they got some good colors. Like, look at the colors. Like, why can't we get these colors here in the US? I'm gonna buy all of them. Buy every single one of these colors, just for fun. Take some photos of them. You know, write it off as a tax expense.
Yeah, boom,
Say we need some deductions.
I know.
You know, use them as a
A-series foldable. What do you think about that?
An A-series foldable. Insane.
I like the buttons on that. Look at the edge right there where it kind of like slopes up.
Yeah, this looks nice. Like, this is a slightly different design. The camera module is slightly different than the S series. And if we're being 100% honest, it actually looks better than the Galaxy S25 module.
You know, I definitely agree. I 100% agree.
I mean, I have to say, one thing I don't like about the design of the S25 Ultra, and even the S25 and S25 Plus, the camera module is not that appealing on this phone. They could definitely do better. This camera module is nicer. Maybe I'll just buy a Galaxy A56 and rock that over my S25 Ultra. Because people always tell me that I am a phone snob because I have all the best phones. Maybe I'll rock an A56 and no one can say that anymore. They'll be like, what's your daily driver? The A56?
Yeah.
I'm rocking the Aura Glow A56.
Yeah, the Aura Glow.
Hey, you should do a throwback with the Note 10 when it gets there.
Yeah, I will. I'm going to do a throwback video on the Note 10. And then my next one I'm going to do a throwback video on. Next one I have planned is the original Galaxy Note Edge.
Yeah.
I ordered one of those too.
You're trying to get some views too. Why don't you do the Note 7? I heard that video would be the bomb.
I could probably track down a Note 7 on eBay. I'm sure if someone wants like $500,000 for it. Because if you have
eBay let
one,
you sell
it's probably... Huh?
eBay won't let you sell them, I don't think.
Oh, you can't?
Uh-uh.
I'm sure eBay probably forgot about that, though. It would be awesome if they made an A-series foldable, but they've got to get the price down on the flagship foldable first, in my opinion.
Ooh, there's $600.
What is?
Note 7.
Oh, yeah.
Somebody's
okay,
selling somebody's selling
I'm
a
going to buy one
prototype.
tomorrow, but hopefully it doesn't blow up my face when I get it.
Yeah, I know.
That's how the S26 cameras are going to look. That's possible. Yeah, I'd be okay with that. But it's going to be kind of weird to have the Ultra series with this, because then how do you connect the two modules? Because you've got two separate pieces here. I don't know. We'll see.
Look at
The
this.
A56 will not be, but the A36 will. Larry's right. Last year we got the 30 series A30, but not A50. But I'll get one. I'm gonna import it. Why not?
Wait, so what's the difference between the 56 and the 36?
Well, as Larry just poined out to you, the A56 has aluminum and the 36 has plastic. But there's also some other spec differences as well. I think it has. I don't remember offhand because I can't remember every spec offhand. People are like, Jeff, you're slacking. You're SammyGuru. What are you doing? But I can't remember every spec offhand, especially for the A series, because I don't end up writing that stuff or making videos on it as much. But I think there's a processor difference. Is there a display difference? I don't remember. Let's see. We have it in our video, in our article. I know we have that because Sumit and company are on top of this right now.
They are.
Sumit is always on top of it. This guy is a beast of specs. One day we're going to get Sumit on the podcast. He knows all the specs about all the phones. Seems like Larry does too. Maybe we should get Larry to work for us in here. Should be like, Larry, get in here now. Here's the specs for the A56. We got the specs. Here's some beautiful renders. So here for the A56, you've got the Exynos 1580, 8 gigs of RAM, potentially a 12 gig of RAM variant, 5,000 milliamp hour battery, 45 watt fast charging. What the hell is going on? This phone is better than the S25. What the hell? I really got to read some of this stuff we put on the site at some point. Like, I'm supposed to be the editor of this site. I didn't even know that it had 45 watt charging.
Man, this phone, I want this phone.
Anybody want to buy this S25 Ultra? I'm buying it and getting the Aura Glow version of the pink Aura version of the A56. I'm selling this titanium green S25 Ultra tonight, and I'm getting the version from the UK of the A56.
I know, light jade color.
Samsung shipped it with One UI 7. So look, all those people who said, "Hey, you got to buy the S25 series to get One UI 7." Nope, you could buy this A series and get it before the beta is over as well.
There you go.
There you go. Save some money.
There you go.
Go ahead and pocket that extra 1,000 or 1,500 or 900 you save. Look at this. 5G. I mean, 5G is given. I'm excited about it though, because I'm just so excited about the phone. I'm like, whoa, it has 5G, Wi-Fi 6E, Bluetooth 5.3, not 5.4, but that's okay. GPS, NFC, stereo speakers, under-display fingerprint sensor, IP67. I mean, this is amazing. I mean, this is great. I mean, obviously it has no headphone jack or micro SD slot, but I mean, this is a nice looking phone, honestly. Everyone should just buy this. Yep. Buy this instead of the S25 Ultra. I'm just kidding. But I mean, obviously there's a lot of differences that the S25 Ultra has that this doesn't, but it is a good looking phone. Let's look at some of these other colors. This one looks boring. I don't like that color. I don't want that. This one. Why doesn't this one have all the exciting colors? I guess the A36 has the exciting colors. Where's the Aura Glow version of this? What the heck?
Yeah.
Why does Samsung always make the boringest colors on the most expensive variant? They're like, okay, the Galaxy S25, here it has coral red. It's got navy blue. Here, the Galaxy S25 Plus has the same. Galaxy S25 Ultra, here's a bunch of muted stuff that all looks like black and gray. And you like, guys have a nice day.
No, we want the colors. Like, give us the colors.
We're like, give us $1,500 and we'll give you 50 shades of gray.
Yeah.
If you want a pink phone or a red phone, you better buy the cheap stuff.
Yeah, no, I've noticed that the last few launches, like I'm looking at the phones and I'm like, the lower end versions have like the coolest colors. And it's like, why can't we get?
I don't understand that. Apple does the same thing too. They're like, here, regular iPhone 16, pink, yellow, purple, iPhone 16 Pro, silver, gray silver, black silver, and then desert sand, which they tricked me into thinking was gold, and it's rose gold. Yeah. Pisses me off. I still have that phone still. I have the Pro Max in desert sand. That's some garbage, man. I don't lie. Oh, delete. That's never getting fixed by software, man. That's a hardware issue for sure. I'm sorry. I wish I could tell you that it would fix it. Oh, yeah. The grainy display issue on the S24, that's not getting fixed by software. That's a hardware problem. The S25 does not have that problem, though. I'm not telling you should buy an S25, but it's not getting fixed by software. I cheated, posted on my X page. Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, hey, Larry, we don't mind if you know stuff. I mean, Sumit does a great job with the A series, F series, and M series. I can't do all the stuff. And even though I edit some of the articles that some of the other people do for this stuff, I don't memorize all the specs except for the really stuff that I make videos on every day. Like I know everything about the SZ and S and Z phones, the flagship tabs, and all the software stuff. But A, F, and M, I definitely don't know every spec until I go back and look. But now that I'm reading this again, like the A56, like if you live in a region where it is, it's a solid phone, man. Like if you don't want to spend the money on the S series,
I mean, honestly, it looks like a solid
like
phone.
You could go out and get this and you probably just be like super happy about this, to be honest with you. The A series looks like a winner. Yeah, man, I agree with you. This is a great phone. Like if it comes, is it in India? I assume it is in India. I think it is. Because Sumit told me I think it comes to India. So if you're in India, the UK, Europe, check out the A series. Why not? And see, hey, people will say, hey, Jeff is all about just selling phones through his affiliate link. I can't even give you an affiliate link, and I'm telling you to go buy it. I'm telling you the truth.
I mean,
really, you should buy it. Buy it.
Looking at it from an angle, I really do like the bezel around the cameras.
It does.
No,
the bezels are slim. It's a nice looking phone.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, you should just go and buy it. Well, this one's going to be made of metal, though, the A56. The A36 is going to be plastic, so it might feel cheap. I'm not telling people to buy the A36, but the A56, you might like that. Ernesto, my mom loves her S25 Ultra too. I love mine too. I'm just joking.
Yeah, no.
I'm not selling this and buying
I really do.
I'm not replacing this with an A56.
No,
but
I really do love it.
I mean, obviously, there's huge differences between them. No S Pen, although without Bluetooth, this might as well have no S Pen too because it's dead to me. But
don't give me any ideas.
Much better display than the A56. It's obviously got much better cameras than the A56, and it's got quite a few other things, we could list all day, but this is a great value if you don't want to spend, $800 extra. The jet black S25 Ultra looks great. I won't lie. I still have one that I haven't even set up yet. I've got to set it up and I haven't set it up. They're like, Jeff, first world problems, man. How do you got so many S25 Ultras you haven't set up? Well, I have to send this one back to Samsung, this review unit. So I'll have one less. And then I'm going to sell the Boost Mobile unit that I bought on eBay. If anybody wants a S25 Ultra like as a test device or a second device, it's locked to Boost Mobile. So I'm gonna sell it for like $650, $700. If anybody really wants one, hit me up. I posted on X. I haven't really listed it anywhere else, but I don't really want this Boost Mobile one because I don't need it. I have a couple unlocked ones. I've thought about getting a T-Mobile locked unit just so I could have fast updates, which is sad to say, but should people get the 16E or 15 or 15 Max, you should definitely get anything other than the 16E. Don't buy any iPhones at all, but if you're going to get one, don't get the 16E. Buy anything. Even buy an iPhone 14 Pro Max over the 16E because the display is better, the cameras are better, lots of things are better. The processor difference isn't that much. iOS doesn't even take advantage of all that processing.
iPhone 4S instead of 16E.
Maybe I'll get an iPhone 5C color. I like the colorful ones. Using the M series and outlasting your dad's flagship devices. I've heard the M series are very reliable too for people who use them. We don't have those in the US at all, but when we play PUBG and Escrow, this one's too slow. No, I don't think that's a hardware issue. Maybe that could be fixed in software. I've never particularly had a lot of jitters, but the S25 Ultra does seem a little smoother with gaming. They also added new game optimization settings in Game Booster, which seems to fix some of those stutters. So I would say, the S25 Ultra does better with gaming, especially thermals. I don't know. I don't do a ton of gaming. I don't play a lot of PUBG, but it seems to run a lot cooler for me anyway with gaming. What about you, Colin?
I don't play any games that are worth.
Tori, do you play any games?
I mean, no, outside of Pokemon Live, Pokemon Pocket.
Me and Tori play the same things. I play all these Pokemon games with Jonathan because my son loves them. And sometimes we play the Jurassic World game, which is really not like a high intensity graphics game though.
But I will say when I had my S22 and I would play TCG Live, like, man, my phone would just heat up so much.
You could just cook something on it.
Yeah,
Tori's trying to cook a steak out there. What's that, Colin?
Hill Climb Racer.
Hill Climb Racer, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Actually, that's one of the next things I'm going to do. So if any of you guys who watch regularly, read the site or watch YouTube, you guys know somebody who really does like mobile gaming, I'm going to try to hire a freelancer for SammyGuru that does like mobile gaming stuff because I don't do it, neither does Sumit. None of those people do mobile gaming at our site. We all are like anti-games, and we need some people who do that because people do like gaming. We need some people to test it, stuff like that for reviews. Let me know. If someone has some experience writing for tech blogs about gaming stuff, then I'd love to bring somebody else on about that. We could use someone. So yes, I'll probably buy it either on eBay or Amazon. I buy a lot of phones on eBay, mainly because I know a lot of importers. Oh, by the way, a lot of people were asking me about this phone. Let me go in here. Hold on. I bought the Oppo Find N5 from Average Dad Tech.
Oh.
I bought one the other night. So I'm going to compare this to the Fold Special Edition. Where is it? It's back in stock. I know. He had it. Where the heck is it? I bought one because people kept saying, are you going to compare it? And I was like, okay, I'll do one comparison because maybe this could get some decent. I don't know where it is. How come he's never at the top? Oh, there it is. I bought the global model because he has the best price. Seems to be the best price. So I'll have this coming. It probably won't come for a few weeks because he's in the UK, but I did buy one. So I'll compare that to the Fold SE and the Fold 6. It's an interesting phone, so we'll see how it goes. A lot of people are wanting to see that comparison, so we'll get that going. But let's see, what else? What do we got to talk about Samsung news-wise? Let me see. We covered a lot of stuff this week. No one cares about TikTok. They're trying to take on YouTube. It's never going to happen. TikTok is garbage. Straight garbage. Oh, this is really cool. We got to talk about this on the podcast. I want to talk about this because this is really awesome. Gmail is adding a new shielded email feature, and it'll be coming to Galaxy phones soon. So Tori hasn't heard about this, so I'll tell him about it.
Not.
Basically, what's going to happen is when you well, yeah, it's really expensive, Voodoo. When you import phones, you're always going to pay way more than the phone is in the region because you're paying for the person's time to acquire it, and you're paying for their time to ship it internationally, their risk and all that, and the fact that you can't buy it in your country, so you're paying for the privilege of getting a phone you can't buy in your own country. It's very expensive. I spent $3,000 to import the Fold SE, so it's not like 1,800 seems like a bargain compared to the Fold SE. But anyway, this Gmail feature is insane. Yeah. If you go to a login screen, like this is on Amazon, you'll be able to tap this little thing that says use shielded email, and it will replace your email address in the field with a alias email that will automatically forward to your real Gmail inbox. So you can give out your alias to all of the websites, and then they will never know your real email. So then inside your alias, you can set it so that any like certain promotions and stuff won't make it over to your actual inbox. Yeah, Apple's had a version of this for a while, but Apple is not Google when it comes to mail.
Yeah, right.
Apple is not Google. Google is the largest provider of email in the entire world. Gmail is a much bigger player to have this feature, in my opinion. I know Apple's had something similar, but the fact that Apple is doing it is not as big as Google in this case, because Google is the challenged leader of email in the world, right? Yahoo and Hotmail are close, but they're not even really close.
No.
Gmail is like, when I do the signups for the mystery boxes, when I go through and make the labels, maybe 2 out of every 100 emails are not Gmails. Almost all of them are Gmails. It's crazy. We already talked about this earlier. I don't believe Samsung. They're lying. Samsung claimed the roadmap is fake, but I don't believe them for 1 second. They're trying to do damage control. I've talked to many people who still believe that roadmap is correct, and I still think that if it's not 100% correct, it's going to be pretty close. I still don't think stable is coming until April. So Samsung can say whatever they want. I have talked to a lot of people who have sources inside Samsung. A lot of the leakers on X as well seem to believe that it's at least approximately correct. I don't think we're going to get stable this month. So I could be wrong. I hope I'm wrong because I want you guys to have it, but I don't believe that stable is coming this month. Anyway, this feature is going to be part of Google's autofill. And one of the things that I really love about this feature is that you'll now be able to have like multiple different aliases. You can have, I think, let's go to the next screenshot here. You can't use it right now. A symbol debug, he ran some of this on a early APK, but it's not set up on the server side. So the aliases aren't generating. So he tried to do it, but the aliases aren't actually working on the back end. So you can't officially get it to work, but you will be able to have multiple aliases. So you can see how you can have multiple, because it says email addresses, and you'll have multiple different email addresses you can pull. So you could have like one alias for subscriptions, one for newsletters, one for, whatever, your shopping. This is awesome. I mean, the fact that Google is doing this is fantastic.
The people love this.
Because, I mean, this is obviously a really big, big deal, because Google doing this is massive. And I wasn't saying, by the way, I wasn't trying to downplay your comment about Apple doing it. I know they've done it, and I give them credit for doing it first, right? But, Google doing it is just next level, because obviously the infrastructure required is huge. You got to do this for billions and billions of emails. Oh, yeah, of course. I've been using the plus extensions in my Gmail for a long time to do similar things, but it's not quite as nice as having it in your autofill already ready to go for you anytime you want. You also have to know a little bit more to use the plus extensions. But yes, the plus extensions, you know about that, Tori?
No.
You can just do your address plus something, and you can create an alias for yourself.
I did not,
but you have to do it
that.
manually. So you could be like, Tori, blah, 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 whatever your email is. I'm not going to give out your email on here because my email is already all over the internet, but yours isn't.
Yeah,
Tori, blah, blah, plus shopping@gmail.com. And that could be your shopping alias, for instance.
Okay, no, that's cool. I feel like the people would love that because like right now we're in a.
But this makes it way easier.
Yeah, no. Yeah, I'm looking forward to this feature.
So this will come in a future version of Gmail. Obviously, it'll come to Galaxy phones because it's going to be on Android. Probably in the next few months. I'll probably make a full video on this when it comes out. And that video will probably take me 5 minutes, and it'll probably get like 150,000 views. Because all the videos that take me no time, they get tons of views. And then I'll make a tutorial that's like 20 minutes a few weeks later, and it'll get 3,700 views. They'll be like, you know what? This video is garbage. Get this crap out of here. No one wants to watch this.
Right.
They'll be like, we just want to hear about the feature. We don't want to learn how to use it. Just tell us about the update and then go away. Don't show me anything about how to use these features. We don't want to know. People don't care.
I like this.
The problem with Samsung, they have too many phones. They should expand their software. They're the Toyota phones. That's right.
Yeah,
they've got the Camry, the Corolla.
Yeah.
Tori has a Toyota.
Yeah,
he loves Toyota.
I love Toyota.
He's a huge Toyota fan.
Yeah,
there you go.
Yeah. I got a Camry. It's the best.
He loves the Camry.
And the Corolla.
But yeah, for sure. Samsung has so many models. That's why people don't understand. And it's not a defense of Samsung. But when someone posts on X, like they respond to our posts about like updates and stuff, they're like, why can't Samsung be like Apple and push out the update all at once? Like, that's a completely ridiculous request because Apple makes like 5 phones a year, 3 or 4 phones a year, really. They all have the same processor, the same architecture. And Apple makes their own operating system. Samsung doesn't. They don't make Android. And I know you don't care as the end consumer, but there's a good reason why they can't just push a button and every Samsung phone in the world gets One UI 7. Mm-hmm. Because it would break like all kinds of stuff. Because they wouldn't have tested it on all these different processors, carriers, architectures. They wouldn't have tested it with the appropriate versions of Android. They wouldn't have certified it in the correct regions. Samsung also sells in more regions than Apple. Mm-hmm. Newsflash. Samsung sells in like an additional 50 countries that Apple doesn't. Samsung is a more global company when it comes to their phones. So it makes sense why it takes longer. You don't have to like it. I'm just telling you why. Don't shoot the messenger. I'm not like you should like it.
I'm just the messenger.
I'm not like you should love Samsung because it takes longer. But the fact is they have more phones. They have more processors. They sell in more regions than Apple as well. Mm-hmm. Laverne, I'm assuming you're talking about the Gmail deal. We don't know, but I've heard nothing in talking to people that this is going to be charged. I talked to some people who leaked it at 9 to 5 Google, and I haven't heard anything about it being charged for. It could always be put inside of Google Workspace, and then technically you'd have to have a business account to get it. I could see that happening. I hope that doesn't happen. Someone else
Google
said
One.
that. Huh?
Google One.
Yeah, or it could be in Google One. That would piss everybody off. I hope they don't do that because I would be super mad. I mean, I already have a Google One for another 2 years because of this Chromebook, as I said many times. This Chromebook right here, like I haven't really turned it on. I don't even. What is this Chromebook? Let me see. It's got so much dust on it because I bought this and like I haven't. Look, it's stuck to this thing right here. Like stuck to it. I should dust it off a little bit. It's an Acer Chromebook Plus, and I got this so I could get myself 2 years right here. Look at that. 2 years of Google One, 2 terabyte for this. Can you plug that in for me?
Yeah, I got you.
You know, I need to charge this and see if it works.
Mm-hmm.
I probably should see if that thing works. Who knows? Might not. But it got me 2 years of 2 terabyte Google One, so that's a good deal.
Was the laptop cheaper than 2 terabytes?
Yeah, it was. Yeah. I mean, I did want a Chromebook, but I didn't really necessarily want that Chromebook. I could have waited for the Galaxy Chromebook to come out. And I actually do have the Galaxy Chromebook Plus too, but I just wanted that one. And
is it this charger or this charger? This one.
Either one of them work, but use the UAG one, the one with the gray.
UAG. Yep.
Yeah. Use the gray tip. Let's see what else we got. Colin, anything else on your mind? I'm looking for a few more stories. We got a few more. Look at this. All the people who said the Galaxy S25 wasn't going to sell well, or that people needed to, Samsung is holding One UI 7 to drive up the sales. It just broke the highest selling Samsung series since the Note 10. And that was a very well selling phone. So I don't know. People like the S25. People worried about Samsung all the time. They're not doing bad. They're doing okay, which is good for me because my livelihood is tied to Samsung now. Yeah. I made that decision when I decided to do this. If Samsung goes bankrupt, I'm going bankrupt tomorrow as well because I've made my living commentating, reporting news, and making videos about Samsung and serving Samsung fans. So, yeah. But this is broke the record held by the Note 10. We reported on this. The S25 Ultra accounted for 50% of all sales. No surprise there. It's actually surprising the S10 and S10 Plus accounted for the other 50% because I thought the S25 Ultra would count for like 80% of the sales. But keep in mind, this is only in Korea. These are the Korean numbers. The ones from the US haven't come out yet, so we won't get those for a while. But the Galaxy Note 10 took 25 days to reach 1 million units. The S25 lineup shattered this record by 4 days. So it reached 1 million units sold in 21 days in South Korea. The US numbers will be like, factor of 10 or more larger than this.
Yeah.
South Korea is a very small country compared to the US. But yeah, very good performance. What else we got? Well, we already talked about this, but there's the case. If you guys want to buy one, go buy your Hershey's chocolate case.
Yep.
Hit the link right here. Go get them.
Just don't eat it, though.
These probably might be sold out already. Oh, they're not. Never mind.
Yeah, and just don't eat it.
But they're probably selling out soon, so you got to hurry. You want to click the link, and you want to go purchase these ASAP if you have an S25, because I'll tell you right now, these are going to be a world-renowned collector item. Everybody needs to get one. AI-driven landscape hardware upgrades such as increased RAM. How much more RAM do we want, though? We already got. Well, okay. Never mind. Delete. 16 gigs would be nice. 16 gigs would be nice. We don't have that in the US, but they do have it other places. Maybe they should just bring the 16 gig model everywhere. Why do they need all these exclusives? I wrote an article about that a few weeks ago. There's like all these carry exclusives for the S25 series and region exclusive. Did you guys pick up the typo on the home screen module of home up all the way down the bottom? Probably I was too busy making my tutorial. What's the typo? Let's see. What is it? You want to tell me? I don't know. I'll look and see. Let's check it out. It's suspense. I love a good mystery.
Speaking of typos, what do you think about OnePlus's watch?
Show more items. I don't know. Where's the typo? What typo? Oh, home screen module. It's all the way at the bottom, he said. What is it? Is it the folder background color? Is that what you're talking about? Voodoo, I guess so. The background of a folder, I guess it's supposed to be a folder instead of an folder. Is that what you mean? If so, their writer should be fired. They need to hire me tomorrow. It's still hopefully that Samsung will sell Bluetooth S Pen. I don't think that's happening. No, I think we've sold out on that. But it's possible. Yeah, they need to hire a new editor. What the heck is going on over there? Get me over here. I mean, I only have 8 typos that I don't catch editing pieces every week, but I have an excuse. I'm the editor, the newsletter writer, the video editor, the social media guy, the accountant, the head marketer, the CEO. I got like 17 jobs. So 7 typos that I miss a week is not too bad for me. I'll take it. This is never happening, Ernesto. They never make a Bluetooth S Pen. But I did start that petition. But Samsung's trying to erase my petition because Larry tried to post it on the members app and they banned it over there. What? They shadow banned it. They're like, Larry, you're banned. Get out of here. Posting Jeff's petition. We don't appreciate that. Yeah, it was very rude of them to do that to Larry. They should have 10-bit displays. They manufacture. Yeah, 10-bit displays for sure. I'm not against that for sure. There's nothing wrong with 10-bit displays. We definitely should get that. Enhanced sensors for sure. I just don't know how much more RAM we need. 16 gigs seems okay to me for now. But Android phones do need more RAM. Android phones do need more RAM than the iPhone. So eventually I could see 24 gigs of RAM in a Samsung phone. You know? Samsung used to just increase the RAM every year as one of the selling points. So like the RAM is now 4 gigabytes, 8 gigabytes, 12 gigabytes, 16 gigabytes. They're like, how long can we keep doing this? Like, we can't put 128 gigabytes of RAM in a smartphone. They're like, I don't think we can do that. People won't like that. No. Yeah, they made Larry very angry at the Samsung members forum. They're like, Larry, get out. Yeah, get out. They're like, you can't be posting the S Pen petition here. They're like, we're trying to hide the fact that we don't have a Bluetooth S Pen. Like, you better get out of here. We're going to put you in timeout. Better get out of here with that S Pen Bluetooth talk. We don't tolerate that here. I don't think that's going to happen because they can't really just put a Bluetooth S Pen in the S26. Remember, the S26 is probably done already. Yeah. Smartphones are designed like 2 or 3 years in advance. And the last like 10 months is like the final stage of like testing, refining the colors, finishing up the build. a lot of the internal components are already set.
So
I don't think they'd be able to.
S27 or
Maybe the
S28.
S27 if they even care enough. The real thing, the real possibility is next year they're just like, hey, you guys didn't like the S Pen on the S25 Ultra. Well, guess what? There is no S Pen this year.
I know, they just want to get rid of it.
We helped you out. We took it out.
Don't do
that was all part of their plan. They're like, we'll take the Bluetooth away. Then everyone will say how useless the S Pen is. Then the next year we'll say, well, everyone said the S Pen was useless, so we took it out. That's gone. It's done. Dilip, I'm a betting man. I really am. I like to bet. I like to gamble, but I would not gamble on that.
Nah.
Someone would have to give
maybe S28.
Someone would have to give me plus 500 odds to bet on that. Even then, I don't know if I would. Plus 500, I think about it, but it's not. It's a long shot for sure.
No.
I'm gonna need some serious juice to bet on the S Pen Bluetooth coming back in 2 years.
Well, then look.
I would put the odds. Go ahead, Tori.
Oh no, I was just gonna ask if they do get rid of, say, hey, you guys didn't like the S Pen, we'll just get rid of it. Could they go back to just doing the Note? Do you think they'll just separate it? Do you
That's what I want to see. Is I like to see the Note series come back.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody wants that. If Samsung wants to do something to really get some hype, split the S in the Note series again. It's like in professional wrestling when WWE split the brands into Raw and SmackDown, and then they merged them back, and then they split them again. They could just keep doing that too. Just like, oh, the S series and the Note series converged. Now they're separate. Now they converged again. Now they're separate. And then eventually maybe we merge the foldables with both of them. We got all kinds of weird stuff going on. Who knows? Yeah, I mean, theoretically, if the charging tech is really still there, I still don't know if I believe that. I've seen a couple different teardowns where some people said that it's not necessarily still the charging coil. It's just the NFC coil, NFC piece, tech. I don't know if the charging coil.
I feel like if it was the charging coil, then the S24 pen would charge when you put it in.
Yeah, I think so too, because they're the same size.
It's not like it's just wireless.
I agree with you. I think, because they're the same size, pretty much.
Yeah.
And if it was the same like housing and the same charging, I don't know. The only concern I have, Larry, is they have to build the silo to build the rest of the phone and fit all the components in there and the complicated puzzle that it is. If they change it now, that would mess up a lot of stuff if the charging tech isn't already there. But we'll see. I hope the Bluetooth comes back. I want it. Everybody wants it. The IR blaster, that would be great. I want that feature back. There's no reason they can't bring that back. That doesn't really even take up that much space. It's at the top of the phone. The IR blaster was a feature on old Samsung phones. At the top, you could use your Samsung phone as a remote control.
Oh,
like if you go out to like the dentist office, you just turn the channels. Like, hey, you guys don't have on what I want to watch. Let me watch the game. I'll be blasting the volume. Turn on.
I was just thinking about that too. The headphone jack.
Ironside, Samsung said you better get out of here with that talk.
I know.
They said that ain't happening.
But
man.
I was kind of like reflecting, like when we were looking at the 8 phone, I was like, we've now progressed so far from the headphone jack. I remember people were freaking out, but is it for the best now? Just taking a reflective piece here. Are we all okay with no headphone jacks? Should we go back?
Are we? I'm not okay with it. But Samsung doesn't care.
Yeah, I know.
They said we've had enough of your garbage. If you're going to talk about it, hand me that phone over there, that red one. See?
Yep.
If you guys want the headphone jack, you got one option. Buy a Sony Xperia, and that's about it.
Really?
There's a headphone jack. Look at this headphone jack. Look at that.
Oh, right.
Look how hot that is right there. Oh, yeah, I know. I know what you guys want to see tonight. Look at that right there. Isn't that one of the nicest holes you've ever seen? It's a very attractive hole right there. I know you guys want to see it. This is the kind of content we do after dark here. It's getting a little late. So I'll show you guys some very, very, very attractive holes, and that's a very nice one. And guess what? Not only that, you guys want to see something else. I'll take it to the next level. It's also got an SD card slot. Oh, yeah.
Whoa. Parents, hide your kids.
Wow.
Yeah, and show the hole on
your mind's getting. Let's show you the hole on that one too. Look at that. This is where the massive SD slot goes. You guys have never seen that before. So if you want to buy a phone that has an SD slot and a headphone jack, Go get yourself this beautiful Sony Xperia 6. And actually, this phone, if you wanted to own it, is up for sale right now. I'm selling this phone on Swappa. So you can go buy it. Bam.
Bam.
This is a sales pitch. That's how we sell.
Yeah, and I do agree with that. I don't see large headphone like Skull Candy or Beats or something going back to the wire unless they do like classic edition. Classic.
Yeah, Lula's right. Like that's the whole side of the Buds business. Like if they bring back the headphone jack, how are you going to sell like 10 million Buds 3 Pro units?
Mm-hmm.
They sold like 20 units to me because I had to send out all these prizes. Like I still got a bunch of Buds 3 Pro like sealed back there. I need to send out. Speaking of which, the trivia prizes for those of you from 2 weeks ago, they should have gotten there sometime this week, hopefully, because we sent them out. Or if they haven't yet, they should be coming. The ones from last week, I just got labels for yesterday. I'm a week behind every week. People will get the prizes. It just takes some time. You know, shipping takes time. It's just so hard with all the other stuff I do, but you'll get some prizes. This week, I decided to give myself a break because I deserve a break. We're not done yet. We're not done yet. But in like 20 minutes or so when we do trivia, we're going to do digital prize this week. It's going to be all Google Play and Amazon gift card. So $10 or $25 Amazon gift card to Google Play. I still have some. So if you're in the US, because I have some left from the mystery box, I'll send you a physical one. No, I won't. Why would I do that? Because I don't want to ship stuff. I just said that. What the heck is wrong with me? I'm just going to send you one in your email. Yeah. Because I'm taking a week off from shipping. I do have like 15 gift cards left from the mystery boxes, but I don't want to mail anything this week. I've been doing it for 4 weeks, and I'm tired of seeing the post office. I told the post office I'm never coming back until next week because I've got more stuff to ship then. Yours are supposed to arrive today, stuck in Indy. That's right. Yeah, Larry's prize is coming. Larry, I got something special for you in there. I hope you like it. You got a limited edition accessory that you can't buy anywhere else. You're going to like it. I think you'll like it. Am I going to talk about the S25 Edge? I've talked about it a couple times. Yeah, that's your first week prize, Larry. Just your first week. Not to be confused with the second week prize, which your second week prize is probably going to be a gift card. I think that's what I put you because you just got so much stuff for me. I run out of like cool stuff to get. I do have though, and we're going to talk about SammyGuru rewards a little bit because people are like, "Where the hell are the SammyGuru rewards?" It's March 1st. I got behind on the back end implementation, of course, because I just told you guys how I do all the other jobs. I'm also the primary developer for the website too. And I needed to get some help.
Everything.
I had to get some help from someone who knows CSS a little better than me because I got stuck on one part of the SammyGuru rewards. We'll talk about that in a little bit. But it is coming hopefully this week. I just got to get someone to help me. The guy's helping me with it now. Not for free. I had to pay a professional developer because I wasn't good enough at CSS to fix it. But it's going to be fine. More cases. Yeah, we need more cases for sure. But Inspira is kind of taking a back seat because I've been working on SammyGuru rewards. We need more employees, but we got to make more money before we can hire more employees. That's the problem. Like, you need more employees, but you need more money to pay them. So it's like, should I get employees? Will they work for free? No, they won't. So I got to make more money. But if I don't have more money, I can't get more employees because I don't have more stuff for them to do. So you got to figure out the balance. But yes, you're right, Larry. We're trying to add cases to the website. I've just been so busy with SammyGuru rewards. I don't know. My partner also, Vuk, who runs 1-4-Wall, I don't want to get into his business too much, but he's had some family issues. Some of his family is sick, so he hasn't been able to contribute much to Inspira. So that kind of happened. But Larry did get his case from Inspira because I sent him a coupon. And Larry, you can tell us in the chat how you like it. He did post about it on X. It looked nice. The print quality looked nice. I got to update the rest of the collections, but the space collection is updated. So you guys can go over there, get yourself some space cases and it'll be all set. So like go over to the space collection, like down here. This is the one that Larry got right here. Toxic Planet. Got the S25 Ultra, S25 Plus, S25. We're going to add more cases and wallpapers too to Inspira. So Inspira has just kind of been on the back burner until maybe we can find someone else to help me with that. We have a marketing girl who works for SammyGuru, but she's also busy doing promotion for SammyGuru stuff. So I need another marketing person. But again, they don't work for free. I don't know why. I tried to see if people would do it. I was like, will you guys work for free? And they're like, no.
They don't like that.
People don't want to work for free for some reason. I don't know why. I was like, but it's a really exciting project, and they just don't care. They're just like, I don't care if it's an exciting project. I still need the money. Like, damn. Like, damn.
Excitement doesn't pay the bills.
Like, we can get these people to work for free. We could get everything humming all at the same time, but it just won't work. People are like, no, I work for free. Anyway, someone asked about the S25 Edge. We have to talk about it for a second. The launch date has been revealed. This is actually another thing I did want to talk about. But the launch date is not going to be simultaneous across the globe. And so basically, the issue is it's going to come to April 1st. It's going to come to Korea and China in April 1st. And then it'll come to other regions later, potentially in May or June. So the release date is going to be April 16th in China and Korea, most likely. And then Europe, the US, maybe some other markets in late May or early June. Of course, I'm going to have to import one from Korea in order to make content early. Otherwise, it won't be worth it because I won't be able to get my money back because videos is where I make my money back on devices. But I'll probably buy a US unit too when I get it, just because I love to waste money on Samsung stuff. It's great. But, that's the other thing. Like, people are like, you just hire some more people. But then I also have to spend like $30,000 a year on devices. So it's like, where am I getting all this money from? It's a little expensive to run this site. Like, yeah, I'd love to hire more people. Larry, I agree with you. That's been on my list, I promise you. I've got a Google Keep document of stuff to do for all of my business stuff. It's got 107 items in it right now. And that is somewhere within the 107. I promise. I will try to do it soon. I know I should. It's just all the things are priorities, and some stuff has to get pushed inevitably because I have to spend time with the family too. But yeah, that's on my list. I think it might be number 53 out of 107 tasks. So it's down there. It's going to happen, but we're not sure when. Inspira also, we're trying to promote that a little bit to iPhone people too, because obviously we have a lot of iPhone cases. Yeah. So I have to strike the right marketing balance too, because we want to get some people who have iPhones to buy that. Anyway, is anybody going to buy the Galaxy S25 Edge besides me? If it costs $800, $900, no one's buying it. No one. Everyone's buying the S25 Plus instead.
Yeah.
And so I don't think anyone's buying this phone. It's a sad scenario, but it's just the case, No one wants this phone. Maybe a few people, just because they want to look trendy, like that Cypress Hill song, you want to look trendy in the Bentley, be a rock superstar, whatever it's called. But I mean, otherwise, why are you buying it? The specs don't really make a lot of sense. 12 gigabytes of RAM, no 16 gig variant. I mean, we don't have that for the Ultra either. There was consumer feedback that the Galaxy Ultra model has a good camera performance, but is thick, and the regular Galaxy model lacks camera performance. What? Oh, they developed it to meet consumer demand for thinner smartphones with high-end cameras, but it still lacks some of the cameras on the S25 Ultra, right?
Yep.
I mean, I don't know.
Because if that's the case, then.
But here's the. Go ahead, Tori.
I mean, to me, if that's the case, which people do care about the camera, just go all in on the camera and just advertise the phone as like, hey, this is a slimmer version. Like,
why don't you just call it the Galaxy S25 Ultra Slim? That's a terrible name, though. The Slim Ultra. The Slim Shady. The Galaxy S25 Slim Shady Edition. No, but why didn't they just replace Plus with the Ultra? I mean, with the Edge. We talked about that last week, so I won't beat a dead horse. But the Plus could have just got replaced with the Edge, so there was no cannibalistic market tendencies.
Yeah, because
that's the problem. Like, people already bought the Plus aren't buying an Edge now, and those people who needed to upgrade have already upgraded, and they either bought an Ultra or a Plus, because they didn't really tell you why they should buy the Edge at the Unpacked event. They just showed it. They're like, look, one more thing. They wanted to be like Apple, but there was no reason for you to wait for the Edge. They didn't say it's got a great camera and it's slim and it's got other features. They just showed what it looked like. You didn't tell anybody about it. I don't know. We'll see if that ends up going well for them. I don't think it's going to go too well though. What else we got? Trifold device. S24 Plus, I mean, I don't know. Is the Edge going to be an upgrade? The primary camera might be. If she likes the slim profile, then go for it, Larry, for sure. I mean, but the question is, does she like the slim profile? And the battery life is probably going to be worse than the S24 Plus, though. That's the other problem. We got the first renders of the Z Flip 7 and Z Fold 7 from OnLeaks and Android Headlines. We did not leak this with OnLeaks. This was Android Headlines. They got the exclusive with this one. They got the partnership before we did. And there's the images there. You can see.
It's the same.
It looks exactly like the Z Flip 6 that I have on my desk right now, except you'll notice the cover screen is a whole 0.2 inches larger. You'll definitely notice that. You can see it from the images, correct?
No.
We can all see it. It's clearly 0.2 inches larger. And potentially the inner screen might be 0.1 inch larger in diagonal.
I saw that. Yeah, I saw that.
We saw that. You can see it right there. It's clear as day.
Very clear.
Anybody who doesn't see that must be blind. But
get your eyes checked.
Get your eyes checked. You need to go to an optometrist ASAP. But anyway, there's supposedly no other real upgrades. Supposedly the crease could be slimmer, but I heard that last year. You know why people? You know what's funny about that? Every year people say the crease is going to be less noticeable, and it is when you take it out of the box. But guess what? After 6 months of folding it, the crease looks like it did last year. Do people just say that every year because they don't realize like how physical materials work? Like if you open and close it 10,000 times, the crease gets worse.
Mm-hmm.
I could make a folding phone every year and just say the crease is less noticeable out of the box. And people will be like, oh, you're right. It is less noticeable. And then if they had their phone from last year and they saved it and 6 months later they compared them, they're like, oh, the crease is not less noticeable. Because it's not. Yes, Larry, the Motorola has a much better cover screen design. I agree. Let's look at the Fold as well. The beautiful Fold renders. Where the heck are they? They were somewhere around here. Because I know Android Headlines did the Fold as well. Where is it? There's the Blackberry in the case with the thing. Where are those Fold renders? Here they are. Here's the OnLeaks and Android Headlines Fold renders. This actually shows some upgrades. But for me, it's not really that exciting because it looks exactly like my Z Fold Special Edition. Yeah. It's basically just a Z Fold Special Edition with a slightly different camera module. And it doesn't. I don't even think there's anything else different about it. It's just the Z Fold Special Edition with a slightly different camera. I don't even know what's different. And guess what, though? You guys should buy one because the crease is less noticeable this time. So you better buy one because if you don't like the crease visibility is going to be better for sure, 100% guaranteed when you take it out of the box. Anyway, there's supposedly rumors that this could be a slightly trimmed version with one less CPU core of the Snapdragon 8 Elite. That would make absolutely no sense. I remember reading this when Samit wrote it. I was like, what the hell? Why would it have one less core? I guess for efficiency, but it doesn't make any sense to me because this is supposed to be, I mean, I guess if it has the same single core performance, it's fine, but I can't imagine it's going to have the same multi-core. It'll definitely be cooler, but I don't know. I mean, this is supposed to be the most beastly phone Samsung sells. I don't know. Anyway, there's the dimensions right there. You can see it. 8.2-inch inner display, 6.5-inch outer. Basically, it's a Z Fold SE, though. I don't even know what to say about it. It looks like, look at the inner screen, too. What do you notice right here? What do you notice that's missing from the inner screen? Doesn't look like there's a camera in there.
Yeah, right?
Right? A real camera. I don't see one, just like on the Z Fold SE. You're going to have that punch hole there because of, that bad situation, just like we did in the SE. I don't know. We can't say for sure because these are CAD renders, but I don't know. I don't know. What do you think, Colin? Are they going to do the same situation as the SE on the inside? It looks like it.
Yeah.
It looks like the camera situation is the same on the inner display. If anything, I can't really tell from OnLeaks renders. It doesn't look like the texture is on the back of the phone like the Z Fold SE has. Yeah, under display camera. That's what I mean, Larry. Yeah. But then you have that weird situation when you watch. Yeah, I don't know if you're going to have under display or you're going to have the camera on the inside. I guess it could be under display camera this time. Did he make a did Samit make a comment? I don't even see. I don't think OnLeak said, did he? I don't think so. I don't think we know for sure yet. Sometimes these renders show you the outer design. I think there was a report. There was a couple of conflicting reports about the inner camera. So this particular leak, I don't think OnLeak said. But yeah, I think people want the under display camera because, you know, obviously then doesn't make it look as bad on the inside like on the Fold 6. But of course, there's pros and cons both sides of that. So I don't really know. I don't know. Foldables, I feel like, are dying. We talked about that last week.
Yep.
I hate to say it, but we'll see how the mystery box sales go this year. The participants. Last year was way down. I feel like the foldables, the book style foldables, are going down.
Mm-hmm. Well, I don't even see many people buying it. It's just
maybe everybody just wants the Oppo N5.
Yeah, it could be.
You know, but it's not going to be sold in the U.S. or Europe or India. They called it a global release. Yeah, they said this is a global release, and they're like, oh yeah, but we're not selling it in Europe or India, or maybe won't sell it in the U.S. We're not going to sell it in South America. We're not going to sell it in North America. We're not going to sell it anywhere except for in Singapore and China. Global, you know,
that's the whole
global
world.
release. That's global right there.
I found something you should get.
What?
Are you ready?
Yeah. Samsung Galaxy Note 7 prototype? What is that? Is that original prototype of what?
The Note 7. It's a Note 7 prototype. It's I think it's an engineering sample.
Oh wow, that would be a great
engineering prototype. Yeah.
Seriously.
Larry, did we report that there was confirmed an under display camera for the Note 7 on the inside? I don't remember. There was a couple of reports.
We did too.
We might have reported that. Maybe that has been confirmed. But the CAD renders, I don't know for sure, but maybe we did confirm that.
No,
I mean, this would
maybe it's just not in the render if it's under display. There's no like hardware.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, yeah. He probably didn't show it if it's under display. Yeah. So maybe that will be a slight difference between this and the Z Fold SE. The textured back is missing. Maybe those are the only differences. Yeah, you might be right, Larry. So maybe that's the case. And then no textured back on this one.
I hope they do the carbon fiber looking back.
Huh?
Like the carbon fiber looking back like they have on the 6.
Yeah. Yeah, they'll have different colors, but I mean, you know, like the Z Fold SE has like a rich, like textured on the back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that, honestly. It's got like you can run your fingers along and it goes like Jonathan likes that too. I mean, everyone likes that.
Extra feature.
Anyway,
nails down.
Yeah, there's not much they can do with phone aesthetics. It's a commodity at this point, which is fine.
Yeah.
But they can still try different things. Doesn't mean you just got to like make the same black silver phones every year.
Right.
You can still do a few things because you have a lot of people who are interested in this. Obviously, there's a lot of fans. We got 44 people here watching, 45 watching us talk about this at like almost midnight Eastern. So people care.
Right.
I mean, they're watching us talk about it this late. Yeah, I don't believe the Oppo is going to be as durable as Samsung. I also hate the software on the Oppo. Why did I spend $1,800 to buy one and import it? I don't know. It's a good question. I hate the software.
Very good question.
It's probably not as durable. Well, I know why, because I can probably make a little bit of money by doing the Z Fold SE comparison. But, I mean, am I going to keep that phone forever? Probably not. It'll probably end up for sale like my Sony. I have some like phones I do keep that aren't Samsung. Like, I do keep the Pixel. And I always keep one iPhone for comparison. But otherwise, I don't know. A lot of the imports, I don't keep them because the US bands don't work perfectly either. All right, let's go ahead and do some trivia. I mean, it's 9:40, right? We might as well do some trivia. S26 will use Exynos 2600. Will its performance be comparable? I've lost faith that Exynos is ever going to be comparable to Snapdragon because every time they say it is, but then there's always like an issue with the thermals or, you know, usually there's an issue with like, oh, the performance is good, but it either gets too hot or it either, clocks down because it gets too hot, so it doesn't really perform in the same. Like in ideal conditions, it does, but it doesn't. Yes, I really believe One UI 7 stable isn't coming till April. I don't want to make you sad, but that's probably the case. Tab S10 Plus, when will it get One UI 7? I said last week, my guess is June. I'm going to stand by that. June. Let's say June 10th, probably. I have no intel just based on the fact that the phone schedule is backed up till May. Samsung's not going to release tablet updates.
Tab
Maybe
S10's got a whole different processor too.
Yeah. If you get lucky, the Tab S10 series might get the update in late May when like the S22 series gets the update. But I'm doubtful. Yeah, there's no way Exynos should replace Snapdragon. Snapdragon is superior. It is very sad, Raining Freedom. I agree. I don't like it. But the good news is One UI 7 is the best software update they've ever done. It's the biggest one they've ever done. After this is over with, the update should be back to coming like this. The betas will last like 6 to 8 weeks, at least for the next 5 years. And then like with One UI 12, they'll blow it all up again. We'll have to wait another year and a half to get the stable update. But at least for like 10 years or 5 years, we'll just like get our official update every year. But then you know what will happen? Guess what will happen? We'll get the update for One UI 8 in like August this year, like September. And people will be like, oh man, the update's fast, but they didn't do anything. They didn't change anything. This is so boring. Why didn't they change the quick settings? Where are all the features? We didn't have any new features in this version of One UI. One UI 8 sucks. It's just a stability release. Then you'll read all those complaints. So Samsung can't win. And I'm not telling you who's right. I'm just telling you every year from like One UI 3 through One UI 6, people were complaining because they were just like, oh, this is a boring update. Samsung did nothing. And so one year, they decided to change everything and try to give you everything you wanted. And then you're like, oh, I can't wait an extra 5 months or 6 months to get it. I mean, I don't know. That's just the way it is, man. It's like, are you talking about S25 Ultra? I get about 7 hours screen on time, but I do a lot of stuff. I use wireless Android Auto a lot. That's good for me. The February update, the security patch did make mine a little worse, but I've also only had that update for like 4 days, which is also sad.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, and I still get pretty good. I mean, and I have long commutes too. So like my battery life, because I also use the Android Auto, and I gotta drive like at least 3 40-minute drives.
Yeah.
It's still pretty good. I just put it back on the charger. By the end of the night, I have about 30 or 20% most of the time.
App lock? Why isn't Samsung providing one? That's what everyone wants to know. Secure folder is not a real app lock. That's my next petition. The S Pen one, once we get to 10,000 signatures, I'm starting a we need real app lock in One UI petition. I bet I can get 100,000 people to sign that. Do you think Samsung will finally get a new battery? That's confirmed. Silicon carbide tech will be in the S26. That's pretty much confirmed by everyone, including Ice Universe. So if Ice Universe says it, you can take it to the bank. You can cash that check. If he says you have $1 million in Samsung bucks, you can go to the bank and they will give you $1 million in Samsung bucks. They will cash that check. Ice Universe doesn't make mistakes. So you can guarantee you're going to see silicon carbide in the S26. Yeah, checking screen on time is an addiction for some people. I've got too many other addictions, like making too much content, gambling on sports and losing lots of money on FanDuel like I did tonight. I can't be having a screen on time checking addiction. I'd be in big trouble. I mean, that one would lose me a lot less money than sports betting, but everybody's got their vices. Let's do some trivia. We got 50 people here. How do we increase our numbers? As I said, it's time for trivia. Are people only coming in for the trivia? We got to put a rule in effect that says no one can win if they weren't here for the rest of the show. I don't know how we would enforce it, but whatever. Oh, well, that you can change. 9 megapixels, you can change that. There's a control on the camera that can change. You can change that depending on the lens that you're using. You got to force it to use the primary lens. if it says that, it's probably using the ultra wide lens. You know what I mean? Right, Colin?
Yep.
Is that what she's
I
saying?
think it's on the.
Sure, right?
I think so. Yeah, the setting on the top.
She's saying, yeah, she's saying. Well, she's saying that she's getting 12 megapixel photos. You can change the megapixels of your photos in the camera app. Yeah, I mean that's.
I see
It depends
12,
on the
50, and
lens you're using.
200.
I don't know what lens you're using, but if you go into the camera app, I don't know if you're on One UI 7 or One UI what you're on, but it depends on the lens you're using, what options you have for the different megapixels. The ultra wide lens has actually you can use 12 megapixels, 50 and 200 in the ultra wide. If you're using zoom, the options are slightly different. Are you using expert raw or something else? Because I don't know if you're just using the stock camera. Sure, I can make a video. I mean, I can't make a video on just that because if I do, YouTube will give it like 5 views. You'll be the only one to watch it.
Yeah.
But I can try to make a camera video and include that in it. Yeah, change it to JPEG and RAW. See if that helps. Make sure you have changed it to 12 megapixels on the left and check which of the lenses you're using. All those things can affect it. Let me see what else. Also, make sure that you're using, I've tried it on RAW. Make sure you're also using inside the settings. Are you using 3.4 or are you using 16:9? What are you using? What are you using to shoot in? Which aspect ratio are you shooting in? Nothing should force your photos to 9 megapixels though. Like if you go to the camera settings, I mean, this is One UI 7, but the megapixels are over here, right? Like you've got.
I don't see an option below 12. No matter
Yeah,
what
I don't know. That's why I don't know what settings she has enabled. I'm trying to figure that out. I don't know. The settings are going to be different because I have One UI 7 on here too, though, is the problem. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out what that could be. I don't know. If you're using Expert Raw, well, really, you should use whatever you need. Maybe she's trying to shoot macro shots though on the primary sensor. That shouldn't do that though either. Let me try. Are you using focus enhancer? Maybe that shouldn't do that either though.
I have that on too.
Yeah, I mean, if you use focus enhancer, it still shouldn't change it to 9 megapixels. I don't know. Send me an email if you want and tell me, and I'll try to see if we can research it. Maybe I'll think of it after the stream. Maybe I'll think about it, and I can come up with an explanation because right now, I'm not sure offhand. But it's got to be a setting that you've changed somewhere. Maybe in camera
the photo,
assistant?
the quality or something.
Even that, yeah.
Because I have mine
the
on
photo
maximum,
quality.
but
I never touch that. If you change that, that might affect it. Yeah, that could affect it for sure.
Are you looking at the file size of the photo though, or are you looking at the? They don't mean like 9 megabytes or something, do they?
Yeah, I mean intelligent optimization, but that's just supposed to. That's not supposed to affect the size though. Well, Clumsy's here for the One UI 7 banter. Well, we've already went in on One UI 7 tonight. We eviscerated them already. But we're gonna do some trivia soon. I'm trying to help Reigning Freedom with the why there's 9 megapixel photos. I'm not sure what setting has changed to do that. Let's see. I'm trying to figure this out. This is really no. My email is jeff@sammyguru.com if you want to email me. But I'm trying to see if I can figure this out before I go. I'm trying to see if I found. Oh, I see what's happening. Maybe if you change this to, let me just try this. This isn't really great podcast TV, but we're towards the end of the night, so whatever. It's not great TV. If you shoot in, if you shoot in 1:1, it changes it to 9 megapixel. Why is it cropping your photos to? Are you cropping them for some reason? If you change the aspect ratio to 1:1, then it shoots in 9 megapixel. I just tested that. So if you change it to 1:1 aspect ratio, then it doesn't matter what you have the megapixel set to, it will crop it and it'll put it in 9. Huh, I don't know. It's very weird why it would do that if you're using 16:9. If you email me, I'll try to research it. It'll probably be Monday before I get a chance to look at it again, but very interesting. It seems like a couple people have had this issue before. And a lot of people are saying they were cropped down to, yes, the S23 is supposed to get the beta soon. Oh, you have 16:9. Are you trying to use the 200 megapixel at 16:9? Maybe that's the problem. Are you trying to use 200 megapixels at 16:9? Reigning Freedom?
No.
Okay, I don't know. That would crop it too, I think. Let me try. Because it will crop it down as well by a factor of like 2/3. Because this goes 200 to 150. Interesting. I don't know. Because like, look, if you go, 16:9, it definitely crops it. I don't know. All right. Well, if you send me an email, we'll try and figure out what's going on. I'm not sure. I've tried all the things that I have a possible suggestion of why it would auto crop to 9 megapixels. Very strange. Well, yeah, there's a lot of reasons why even if you put 12, that it will crop it to 9. One of them would be using one of the sensors that don't support, like 16:9 doesn't support 200 megapixel, so it automatically crops it. So yeah, I don't know though. If you're trying to use 16:9 at 12, shouldn't be a problem. It shouldn't be cropping it. So I'll try to look. Anyway, let's do some trivia. We got 38 people left. Time for trivia. Colin, who wants to go first? Troy, do you have trivia?
I do have a trivia question.
Okay, you do?
I'll run it by you first.
Okay, let me see it.
All right.
Tori's got trivia. I'm going to approve this trivia right here.
Okay.
3 trivia questions. We're going to do Google Play or Amazon gift cards. They're going to be $10 or $25 gift cards randomly because I have some of both already loaded in my account.
This is in the spirit of the Hershey.
But I think this was a class. Maybe we should ask them what the name of the phone was.
Mm-hmm.
What was the name of that phone? It was the I think it was this one, right? Did you put something in Slack?
Me?
Let's see.
Yeah.
No, I just typed in the comment box, so it's ready to go.
Let's see. I was thinking of that top one.
Oh yeah, I know. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let's ask this one. This is a good one right here. And actually, I have one related to this too. Everybody ready for trivia? Here we go. Well, actually, not yet. Almost. This is a good one right here. This is a classic. You guys are going to love this.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Earlier, we talked about the brand new Hershey case, chocolate. A company actually made a phone called Chocolate about 20 years ago, before smartphones even became super popular. Name the OEM and release year for the original chocolate phone. The
That's
original chocolate phone. Huh?
That's quick.
Nesquik. I don't think they made a phone. This is a little smartphone trivia. Yes, but you've got to have the release here too, Voodoo. You better hurry up before somebody else snipes you. You shouldn't have put that without the year.
Yeah.
RJ sniped you. You let him snipe. He sniped in with the release year.
Yeah, he did.
That's why you got to get the whole thing. Oh, Voodoo. Voodoo. How'd you let him snipe you like that?
I know.
Okay. We got to give it to RJ because he sniped you.
Yeah, he did.
I wanted Voodoo to win because he's always here. LG Chocolate 2005. LG made it in 2005. Yes. Okay, email me, Jeff at SammyGuru.com. Email me. Tell me the trivia question you got right, which was the first one tonight. The podcast day, which was 3-1. And your shipping address if you're in the U.S., but if you're international, let me know because I'll email you. Well, I'm going to give everyone digital this week.
Yeah.
What am I talking about?
You're taking a break.
I got to slap myself. I'm not failing anything this week. I told those people at the post office I wasn't coming there this week. So everybody's getting a gift card. So you don't have to send me your shipping address because I'm going to email you either Google Play or Amazon gift card, depending on where you are. Okay. Colin, do you have a question? Go ahead. Oh, you put it in the Slack? Okay. Here,
no, it's in the comment box. It's in the comment box.
Oh, it is in the where?
I haven't seen it yet.
Okay. Colin's ready for trivia question number 2. Trivia question number 2 going live now.
All right. What was my first smartphone?
And
just so we're not here all night.
In the episode.
It was mentioned earlier in the episode, and it was an iPhone. So just a little.
Colin's getting crazy.
Yeah, he is.
I never listen to anything Colin says, so I don't even remember. I'm just kidding, Colin. I got to go back and scrub through the feed.
It was an iPhone.
It was an iPhone. This guy had an iPhone as his first one. We got to hang this guy out to dry. What?
Which iPhone?
Phones around here, Tori. It's just like I'm like, why isn't this working? What the heck?
I said it was an iPhone. You're always guessing phones other than iPhones.
Why are you guys guessing phones aren't iPhones? He just told you that it's an iPhone.
Which iPhone?
Which iPhone is it? You should have been very specific. The model.
Your mom's closest so far.
You're close, Mom. You're very close. Apparently, no one else listens to anything Colin says either. Because everyone should have gotten this right if they had listened to this episode.
Yeah.
So I was like, "Why?"
Your mom was within 1 year.
It's broken.
Close. Okay, that's the right.
What?
Right one. Your mom's closest.
Uh-oh.
That's the right
You're close.
Right number.
No. There were different models of the 4 and 5, Mom. They're not just. There were models in between.
Yep. There we go.
Voodoo got it. He came back and avenged the first question. Where is it? Voodoo was first. Right?
Oh, there we
go. Voodoo did it.
Yay.
My mom said it's okay. She was going to donate the gift card to anyone anyway. She wasn't going to take anyone's gift card.
She said the small one.
Because she knows I'll send her out a gift card anytime she wants. You know, she's like, I'm not going to do that to anybody.
Yeah, she's like family, right?
Yeah.
My
mom isn't just like family. She actually is my family. Okay.
I was like, it's an iPhone. Everybody's like, HTC.
Shoot me an email. Tell me you got this iPhone question right, Voodoo. You're number 2 winner. I've got my question now.
Yep.
I think 3 works great because there's 3 of us, so we all get a question. And then, what happened? Who was first?
Dude. I don't see a dude.
Dude was first? No, Voodoo was first on. We have to go off the one on our end. Oh, yeah. Voodoo. Yeah, Voodoo, not doo-doo. I don't want to call him that now. Voodoo, of course, is his name. 1013. Anyway, I've got one tonight. I'm just all about the chocolate theme tonight. So,
ooh.
Let's see. What does the I'll say? Oh, there is an inscription. Okay. On the side of the new Hershey's S25 Ultra case, there is an inscription. What does the inscription read? So on the side of the new S25 Ultra Hershey's case,
Yep.
I posted this on X. We also
Yeah,
mentioned
yeah,
it earlier. It's on my X. It's also something we talked about at the beginning of the show. You've got to get the full phrase. Not necessarily the punctuation, but the full, all the words.
Yeah.
So this is an open notes. They can use X.
Yeah. Yeah. This is open notes. You can use X if you want to scroll back through.
Yep.
I posted this like at midnight last night when I got the case. I unboxed it and I did some photos. You can read through my feed. It's clearly there because I took a close-up photo of it.
Right there.
That's close, Larry.
Yeah, no, full phrase.
The full text. It doesn't have to have the punctuation, but the full text. Who's going to be the winner today? Who's the big winner? Does Larry go 3 for 3? Does my mom come? She doesn't read my X, obviously. My mom said she doesn't read my tweet.
Full phrase.
She said, I can't read this garbage. My mom said this guy posts way too much about Samsung. I can't read this. She had to mute me on X, I guess. She said she put me on mute over there. Can't read all this Samsung news every week. No one's gotten the full phrase.
Tough questions this week.
Everyone just wants to let everybody else win. Everyone's being too polite. They're like, you go, no, you go, no, you go, no, you go, you go.
No, you go.
No, you go, please. Please.
I insist.
Who's on first? No, what's on second? I used to live and breathe it with him. Don't eat. Well, you're still missing one word, Larry. I'm trying to give everybody else a chance. Oh, Voodoo said he'll pay it forward to the next person. So whoever gets it next. Because he already got one tonight.
Whoever can type it fast.
He got it. Uh-oh. Larry said, don't eat me. I'm just a gaze. He added the word me there. I'm gonna give it to Delete here. He didn't put the contraction. He put I am, but I'm gonna give it to him because Larry won a couple times in a row. I think Larry's okay with me paying it forward to a different person tonight. Carrie, I think she's won before too. She got it after Delete. This is close, and Voodoo didn't want to win twice in a row. So we have 3 separate winners. Delete also tried last week. So send me an email, Delete. I know you're in India, I believe. So I probably will send you. I don't know. Sometimes I can't send Amazon India gift cards, so I might just be sending you $10 or $25 randomly. Depends on which. I'll randomize those amounts among people, and then I'll probably send it to you via PayPal or something. So I'll send the digital gifts on Monday because I don't have to mail them. So yeah, I know you sent last week, but just send me one again because last week, yeah, I do, but you need to send me another email because I get thousands of emails, man. Nothing personal, but if you don't send another email, I'm never gonna send you the prize because I get literally thousands of emails within like 24 hours, and it's very, very difficult to keep up with. My inbox is an absolute disaster for sure. Raise your blood pressure. Uh-oh. Sorry, don't get your blood pressure over the trivia.
We did that last week.
Larry's okay. He said he's cool with me paying it forward to someone.
Yeah.
Larry also got the free Inspira case. Larry has gotten like so many. He's gotten all the SammyGuru stuff. Anyway, I did want to mention before we go, SammyGuru Rewards will open sometime this week. The dev should be finishing up the last bit of things. The main problem is I built all the membership stuff, but the membership pages don't match like the header. Like, you know, the SammyGuru, like if you look up here, like the header and all this, the header doesn't, the color doesn't match perfectly, and the header doesn't appear perfectly on all the pages. So when we get that fixed, I'll roll it out. There's going to be a lot of cool perks for people who sign up. The first like 100 people who sign up are also going to get something extra. And yeah, it's going to be fun. I hope it rolls out by Wednesday, but I'll just say sometime this week. I know the dev will finish it sometime this week. He and I have been working closely. So SammyGuru Rewards is going to be amazing. There's a lot of stuff I haven't even revealed yet. It's going to be a lot of fun. Anyway, thanks everybody for joining us. Larry, Dilip, Carrie, Voodoo, everybody for participating in the trivia. See you guys next week. And until then, keep expanding your galaxy.